Alright, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to generate a SSH key pair so we can set up public key authentication with SSH, so we do not need a password when we want to SSH between accounts. So I have two different hosts here. I have the Ubuntu 2 host and I have the Ubuntu 1 host. I've numbered the user and the host so that way it's easier to follow along with what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to generate a key pair on this host under this user and then copy the public key that we generate over to this host under this user so that we can SSH from 2 over to 1 without needing a password. Alright, the first thing that we need to do is generate our key pair. So type in what you see there on the screen. Use the defaults and do not enter a passphrase, and that will generate our key pair. And we are user 2 on Ubuntu 2 host. So then what we want to do is we want to copy our public key that we just generated over to the user 1 on Ubuntu 1. So we would use the SSH copy ID command, and there it just copied it over to Ubuntu 1. So now what we want to do is we want to test that. And so we'll do an SSH to user 1 at the Ubuntu 1 host. And as you can see, we were able to SSH over there without entering in a password. We are now user 1 on Ubuntu 1. You can see that do a who am I, shows who we are. We exit that SSH section. We're back over on Ubuntu 2, user 2. So if we cd into our .ssh folder as our user 2, we can see we generated a public key and a private key. And then we can SSH back over to Ubuntu 1 as user 1 and check that our public key was added to the authorized key file. So we would change directory into the .ssh folder. We do an ls, there's authorized keys, and so we just cat that and we can see that there's our user 2 at Ubuntu 2 host. That's our public key.